I showed her a royalty check one time. It's like, keep making those records, you know what I mean?
From what I understand, your parents were really supportive early on of you pursuing music.
Yeah.
How so?
Well, anything to keep me off the streets, so sports, hanging out with friends, when I started hanging out with Dr. Dre, they were supportive. I used to just carry crates for him, at the clubs or in the little dances he would DJ at. And so it was positive. And then she heard the music. My mother got church friends, so I guess they put the church sweat down on her about the lyrics.
What did she say to you?
She just said, I love that you're making records and you're doing that, but why do you have to use that profanity? And I said, I want it to be real, we gotta be real and nobody gonna listen to us. And so she accepted that answer, and then, I showed her a royalty check one time. It's like, keep making those records, you know what I mean? And it's cool, because she knew that this was actually a viable life and a business, and not just, rapping on the corner. So,
what do you remember from emceeing for Dre when he was DJing?
That he was extremely picky. He was like, no, change that. No, we gotta do that over. You shouldn't do this part. It's cool because he made us think a little deeper about what we were doing. When you write something, you think everything you write is great. So to be able to bounce it off somebody who tell you what you need to know, it's cool. He won't give up nothing until it's ready, and try to sell you anything just because it got his name on it. So I learned that you must perfect everything and try to before you give it to the public.
How did 1985's Krush Groove impact you?
Krush Groove was an amazing movie with all my heroes in it, and it kind of showed me like, yo, this hip hop is limitless. You could take it anywhere. Like, we're got guys up on the movie screen who are just in clubs and in parks and on the street. Now they doing movies.
Tell about Kiddo.
Oh, he's a street dude I went to school with. We were in typing class together because we didn't get our electives in time. And he's like, you ever write a rap before? And I'm like, no, never. He said, okay, we're gonna try it. So, he's the first person that kind of made me even think about writing or being a part of hip hop like that. It just sparked off creativity that never turned off from me.
I think it was 9th grade. How well do you remember the first time you rapped?
Trust me, that rap right there didn't get me in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I'll tell you that. Right. So, it was okay. I think my name is Ice Cube. I want you to know I'm not Run DMC or Curtis Blow. That's my first line. Yeah.
How true is it that you have the piece of paper that you wrote the lyrics on still at your mom's house?
No, it's at my house, Me and my wife was going through a bunch of my old notebooks, and I was able to pull that up and see it, and saw a lot of different, songs over the years that's in my notebooks. I had a note one time. Hey Mom, I'm going to Magic Mountain with Dre. Don't tell nobody where I went if they call. You know what I mean? So that note was in there with the rhymes and stuff. So it's cool to look back and see, history.
In terms of your lyrics, a third is what you've been through, a third's what you've seen, and a third's what you've heard about. Mm-hmm. Explain the process for kind of collaborating all of that.
Well, it's really about the art of the music too. You have to be clever. You definitely got to rhyme. Be ironic. and have metaphors for things. So, you add those ingredients with experience, and then you see, what needs to be said sometimes. And so usually I'll write down, 1,000 different titles of what a song could be about.
You used to set their schedule like specific times for writing, only to realize that doesn't work for you at all,
Yeah.
right?
When it comes to music, it's a feeling, it's a vibe. And you can finish a great song pretty fast if you do it when you vibing than if you force yourself to write because it's 5 o'clock and it's time to write.
And describe that period in between writing and like the oddest time you've ever started writing.
I can write at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, and it's really when you feel it. I could be laying in bed and get up and feel an idea and try to work it out, or to me, I think you just got to know that it's inspiration, and sometimes your ancestors are talking to you sometimes, so you got to wait to listen.